All right, in this video, we're gonna be looking at Stellar Lumens, or XLM. We're gonna look at what they're doing, we're gonna look at their plans, what they're working on, but we're also gonna be looking at TA, or technical analysis, and price, and see if it's worth being part of our crypto portfolio, because we were holding it in the last bull market. We got back in on this bull market, got out for Bitcoin around January and December, and we recently got back in. And I'm not gonna hide it, I actually prefer Stellar Lumens over XRP. We'll be talking about that a little bit later on in this video. Now, before we start, please keep in mind, number one, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. It's just my opinion. There's a disclaimer in the description below. Go read that disclaimer. I'm serious. Go read the disclaimer. If you lose your shit, don't blame me. I'm just sharing my opinion here. And number two, I'm not really gonna edit this video. It's a one take. You probably watched my last videos. I don't really do editing that much anymore unless it's at events. And the reason is I wanna bring the humanity back. I wanna bring this one-on-one conversation style videos back on YouTube. There's too much retention editing, too much AI, too wish, wash. It's driving me nuts. So this is how we're gonna do the video. So if you have TikTok brain and you can't handle it, then please, there are other videos out there. Maybe they're more suited for you. I want to get into discussion one-on-one and try and explain and give as much value to you as I possibly can. So if you like that, if you agree with that, go ahead, like this video. I would really appreciate it. And let's start with what the team is working on, and then we'll come back and get into TA price and whatever predictions I may have. So let's talk about what Stellar is working on. And for that, let's talk to the Stellar team. So we are, you must say to me, yeah, you ready? So we are here at Insible Blockchain Week, and we have Stellar. Now, I have been to events all around the world, and I see Stellar booths, some small, some big, but you're pretty much making a presence everywhere. What's on your agenda? Do you just go around the world to exhibitions, and what are your hopes? What's your marketing? How do you do your outreach?
So we want devs to come and build on Stellar, to build better on Stellar. We have one of the biggest Web3 grant programs in the world, I guess. The Stellar Community Fund, we gave out $17.5 million in funding to projects building on Stellar last year. So we're always looking for folks who want to come and launch their project and build the next big protocol or dApp on Stellar.
Nice. So I actually prefer Stellar than XRP. I'm going to say that on camera. I have a reputation on this. And I always believe that XRP is for the banks, or they're trying to be for the banks, while Stellar is more for the people, but same sort of payment use case. Am I missing something? Has Stellar evolved? What are you guys doing now?
Yeah, so Stellar for a long time has been that payments network that people know, and we've got a lot of great stablecoins and assets issued on the network because of that. But starting last year in February, we voted smart contracts onto the network. So now we're seeing all of those stable coins that people have been using for remittances or cross-border payments, and they're finding a new home in these DeFi projects that are giving the people yield and giving more opportunities for financial inclusion all over the world. Not just the banks, not just the corporations, but the actual people, like you mentioned.
I'm gonna come over here to my man because we have the same haircut over here. I'm gonna ask another question. Now, I've actually used Stellar myself. We've actually used it to send payments on WhatsApp. Don't ask me how, I'm not a dev, but it works very fast, very efficiently. What would you advise our audience when it comes to Stellar? What would you tell our audience? What is your message?
What is our message to Stellar? Well, first of all, I want to back up a little bit why we were here. This is kind of our intro to Turkey. We came and did a hackathon, brought in a bunch of people from mostly university kids to come build projects. We had a kid, the kid that won over the moon excited. Changed his life. He had a huge Twitter post, X. Sorry, we're calling it X now. Twitter post how it like changed his life. So this is kind of our, yes, what we were kind of doing here. What do we do? We travel around. You know, this is probably one of the smallest booths you may ever see us in. Normally we have a little bit bigger presence. We're right outside the main stage.
Quite bigger.
Yeah, quite bigger. But this is kind of our intro to the ecosystem over here. We were glad to come do the hackathon. We had a huge party on the river at a palace, which apparently is not that uncommon here. We keep saying we were at a palace, and people are like, "Yeah, those are all over those are all over the place."
Were you on the boat party the first day?
But we were not. We had our own.
Bosporus?
We were on a boat on the Bosphorus that took us to our party, but it might not have been the party that you're talking.
So they got bigger VIP treatment than I did because it's Stellar. Of course.
Possibly, yes, definitely a smaller group of people. So we really treated this trip and this conference as kind of our intro to the ecosystem. We have ambassador chapters all over the world. We don't have one here yet, so we're hoping to build that one up. Like she said, those kids that came to the hackathon, we hope that they progress and build out those projects. Apply for the community fund. We have a ton of grant programs. Once they finish that, they can get liquidity grants, marketing grants to really help accelerate their projects. So that's kind of why we were here. Our intro to this side of the world, we hadn't really been over this far, just trying to make as many inroads as we can. So.
Okay, all these events you guys are going to, what's the one question you wish people asked you but seldom do?
Ooh, that's tough. Maybe a differentiator? Like, what's the differentiator? I mean, you mentioned kind of the XRP, XLM, what's the difference? And people have their own opinions on that, which we don't really touch on too much. But really, this partnership we have with MoneyGram, anywhere around the world, you can kind of go in with your local currency and hand it to them, and you instantly get USDC in your Stellar wallet. So you can go cash to DeFi almost anywhere in the world very efficiently, no bank account needed. Very cool differentiator. Not many people can do that. I actually think we're the only ones that can do that. So around the world, 300,000 MoneyGram agents, you can go do that. You can also do it opposite. So you go travel around the world, you have your Stellar USDC in your wallet, and you say, I need some lira. Actually, I take that back. It doesn't work here in Turkey for the offer.
Yet.
Yes, yet. But you can go and turn your Stellar USDC off ramp it into the local currency. So we go around the world to these events, like London previously, and you want some euros or something, you can immediately get euros in your hand. So that's a huge differentiator on Stellar in partnership with MoneyGram.
Okay, and now you're going to be the host, answer the same question, and also ask her.
You get to hold it.
What's the question I wish that people would ask at these kinds of events?
What would you want them to ask?
Yeah. Do you have an answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think that something that I really love about our ecosystem is how much people use the Stellar technology to solve like pain points that they specifically are experiencing in their own lives. I think what's cool about what we're able to do as a foundation is to, our amazing DevRel folks help folks like get onboarded. Here's how you build on Stellar, but we don't go into places and say, this is what you need to do to use Stellar in your community. But instead, I wish people would come and be like, hey, I've got this really specific thing that I'm dealing with, this pain point I've identified. How can I use this technology to solve that problem in my own life? And I think when we think about the projects that are getting grants, we're seeing them making change on this hyper-local scale, which is what this has the power to do. And so I'd hope that other people are able to harness the Stellar chain to do similar things. What about you, Elliot?
Yeah, I don't know if it did, but I got something. So one of the things that drew me to Stellar initially so many years ago is the community of developers, of builders, of users. It's such a friendly, welcoming, warm environment that just pulled me in, and I've been a fanboy ever since. And I think that in so many crypto ecosystems or communities, it can get toxic sometimes. And I think that one of the things that I wish people would ask is like, how do I find people? How do I seek out mentors? Or how do I get the training that I need? And my answer would be join the community. Jump into the Discord, jump into we have a subreddit, we have so many different ways to engage in the community. And I wish people would ask, how do we get started in that vein? Because it is refreshing and a lovely place.
Nice. All right, thank you very much. We have to go get ready for our keynote on hairstyling tips. Right, and thank you very much. So check out Stellar, and thank you. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate you. Thank you very much. So there you go, straight from the horse's mouth, or in this case, from the moon's mouth, what Stellar is working on. Listen, I like Stellar. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I think it's much better than XRP. I believe XRP is the banker's coin and XLM is the people's coin for the sort of same use case. It's just done a little bit different. And I really don't wanna get into any details about why I don't like XRP. I did trade XRP. I mean, we called the top of XRP, we called the bottom of XRP, we told you exactly when to get in before we got there, rode the wave up, sold at the top again. I have videos showcasing this. So it's not about me bashing XRP here. It really isn't. Although their influencers and people in XRP are, how can I put this?
Hey man, you're in the XRP army? Yeah. You think that the XRP is gonna go to 10,000, 25,000, 50,000, making you rich? It doesn't matter what you think!
Yeah, so it's not really about me having a problem with XRP or Ripple. I just don't like the sort of marketing they're doing. I don't like the vibe. I prefer XLM. And talking about XLM, let's have a look at the price and see what the price is doing, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I like, what you like, price talks, right? Show me the charts, I'll tell you the news. So let's have a look at that. And if we look at Stellar on the factor line, you will see we actually got in around November. We had this massive pump up all the way to the top at 63 cents over here. Now we did get out and started converting Stellar and other altcoins to Bitcoin in December and January. We came all the way down here. There was a buy signal. We came back up, peaked, came back down, sell signal on the factor line in February, and we actually got out of Stellar. We were trading it till then, but we got out. And then look, the factor line told us to get back in right here at 25 cents in April 2025. We did for a while, but then to be honest, I actually converted into other coins. But recently I got back in, and as a matter of fact, I added to that position today simply because, as you can see, Stellar here turned gold again on the factor line. So it's gold right now. Trend stacker also in the gold. This is volume, momentum, and a few other things combined. And we can expect this to continue going up. This is on the daily time frame. Now, we do want it to break 0.32 cents over here. You can also argue right here at 30 cents psychological, but yeah, I would go with the 33 cents, 35 psychological. We do want to break that so we can see a new high, and then maybe it will range somewhere, come back down, and come back up to test all-time highs. That's what we're trying to do. All-time highs, meaning in this bull market. Obviously before, I think it was, yeah, much, much higher. So essentially, that's what we're looking at on Stellar on the daily. We have this range over here, and we're working the bottom part of this range. Let's go to the 4 hour. 4 hour also confirming gold. This is good. This is also a potential reversal. This just means strength over here. Watch out for a potential reversal. We did get an SFP sell over here. We already came back down. Let's see how this works out. Maybe we come back down to 28, maybe 25 cents or so, but let's see how this works out. But generally speaking, we are gold. If we go to the hourly, again, we are gold, so we are still in play here. Told you to take profits up here, but we're still in play. And if we go to the weekly chart, long term, we've been gold for a while and we are still gold. So all time frames right here on the factor line are giving you a good buy signal. Not good buy as in buy, good buy as in a good buying or good purchasing or good trading signal. So I added to my Stellar position this morning. I'm gonna see and watch it ride out. Follow the factor line on this because I do believe that Stellar can actually do very well. And if XRP does well, the truth is Stellar also tends to do well. So it's a way for me to indirectly sort of bet on an XRP move. if that makes sense. Now, does it mean that I will never get into XRP? No, I'm not saying that. Maybe I will, depending on trade, depending if it breaks certain resistances. But right now, I would rather be in Stellar. By the way, if you're wondering what the factor line is, you really can't get this indicator. This is my own indicator. The only way you can get this indicator is through my course, Invest, Trade, and Think, like the crypto factor. Let me just show you it real quick. Just go to thefactorline.com. It will take you to my course page, explain everything, what you get, how to invest, trade, and think like the crypto factor, but also you get the factor line forever. This will be available at $129 a month at some point, but you can get it forever at $1,297. Yes, it's an expensive course. Yes, you're gonna cough up some cash, and this price will go up to $2,600 over time. But it's well worth it. You can actually see down here, a lot of people that have bought it, verified buyers, are extremely happy with it. They're using it consistently, and you can go through the facts here. Now, obviously, it's $1,297. It's not cheap. It's not for everybody, but if you're following this channel, take a few trades, you should be able to make that money. If you can't and you don't follow this channel, that's on you. You will probably not follow the course either. So maybe it's a waste of money. But check it out, see if it's for you. I believe this is one of the best courses ever. Why? It teaches you how I invest long term and how I swing trade, how I trade using candlesticks, and believe me, most people get it wrong. Most people on YouTube don't know what the hell they're talking about, and also how to think like me. I'm a bit of a contrarian, and I actually show you how I think and how I actually tackle the crypto sphere, so to speak. And if you're wondering who I am, if it's your first time here, don't worry, I won't go on long. But if you're wondering who I am, listen, I've been in crypto since 2017, not just as a trader, not just as an investor, but as C-level executive. I've written multiple books, I do public speaking, I do keynotes, I go around the world. I kind of know what I'm talking about when it comes to crypto. I'm the former marketing director of CoinMetro, a fully licensed and regulated crypto exchange. I've been working CMO in companies. I know my shit, okay? But anyway, check it out, do your own research. It might not be for you in all honesty, but the factor line is quite good. That said, if you hang out, if you're still here, then it's only fair for me to share the rest of my crypto portfolio, or at least some of the positions we are holding, at least when it comes to crypto bubbles and what's listed on crypto bubbles. These are some of my positions here. And you can see on the weekly, we're doing pretty well. A couple of these down, but I'm expecting these to go up over time. Let's go back to the daily. And if we look at our favorites or main positions, you can see pretty much what I'm holding here. Let's just go to meme coins as well. I'm very bullish on Pengu, by the way, and I call this, as a matter of fact, I made a video just the other day. And also, my allocations, for full transparency, this is what I'm allocating right now. I got out of Jupiter recently. I'm not staking it anymore. This is what I'm staking, plus allocations, just so you know. So, and we have our own Beam node, by the way, and so on. So, Stellar, XLM should be part of your crypto portfolio. Yes, just be educated and slowly get in and understand how it should be combined with the rest of your portfolio. If you don't know how to do that, I will leave a link in the description down below how to set the perfect crypto portfolio. And if you wanna watch, if you wanna see if I'm bullish about, let's do Pengu, okay? Look, I am really bullish on Pengu, okay? And I really believe Pengu should be part of your crypto portfolio. If you wanna see why, make sure you watch this video right here. It's not sponsored. This video wasn't sponsored either. Check out this video. Let me know what you think. Till next time, take care.